Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's Highly Reluctant Gringo back again with another video. Sorry, I've been gone for a few days, but unfortunately I got hit with a horrible bout of influenza, so I've been just resting up. My voice isn't there yet. I'm still a little under the weather, but you know what? Just tired of being in bed, tired of being in the sidelines. So here I am, feeling a little bit better. So the last video I put out got a lot of passionate comments. Some of them made sense, some of them didn't, and I want to address some of those in a minute. But I really wanted to react to the video and people's reaction to Vince McMahon. Again, some of the comments being made. Now, I've said it at the beginning of the last video, and I'll say it again. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. I don't believe in this whole, I don't believe in the like, oh, she said it, so it must be true. Bullshit. Trevor Bauer, you don't know who he is, look him up. Bullshit. Guy got his life ruined. Kevin Spacey, whatever you think. I don't know if there's any more charges against him. 30 charges of sexual harassment against him. One of the greatest actors of his generation. Life ruined. Found not guilty on all 30 counts. So I ain't going to believe everything everyone has to say. Because guess what? People lie. Don't matter what your gender is. People lie. So there needs to be an investigation. Needs to go through the court case and all that. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Now, does that mean that you can feel a certain way and say, hey, you know what? Like I did, you know, I think I got a lot of heat for saying, you know, I'm not sure I'm going to watch Royal Rumble. I'm not sure I'm going to watch the product. Just because in the moment that I had read all that, it felt tainted. The product made it just, it's the same thing. Like I don't watch the Cosby Show anymore. I don't watch reruns of the Cosby Show. I don't watch Bill Cosby stand up. I don't listen to him. Why? Because it's tainted. Because that guy is guilty. You know, you think about Harvey Weinstein and all the great films that company made in the early 90s, mid 90s. I mean, that was the 90s movie studio. I mean, that's the voice of a generation as far as Hollywood goes. You know, it's really still hard to kind of see that name up there, or see his face, you know, and kind of go, ugh. Just makes you feel like, I think, you know, that's the thing, you know, there's enough stigma around professional wrestling. There's so many people that look down upon it like, ew, you like professional wrestling. It's all fake. It's all this. Listen, coming from a guy, again, let me qualify this, with a degree in English and literature, a master's degree in political science, I will tell you this. If you're someone that looks at professional wrestling and go, wow, how can you watch that? It's all fake. It's all fake. They're trying to fool you. It's all fake. You know what? No kidding. We all know we know. We know, but it's scripted entertainment. We get that. I love Shakespeare. Love Shakespeare. My favorite author ever, Shakespeare. I love going to see Shakespearean plays, but I don't show up at a performance of Macbeth and think to myself, oh, the sword fight they're having there, you know, that's real. I know it's scripted. They know it's scripted. It's the same thing. It's just a television show. It's scripted entertainment. It is as scripted as Shakespeare. Is it as nuanced as Shakespeare? Is it as... No, but it's the same thing. So people who look down upon professional wrestling and, oh, it's all this and it's all fake, right? Listen, shut up. You know, it's been around for a long time and it's been popular for a long time for a reason. It translates. It translates to to what humans like being entertained with. Anyways, off my soapbox with professional wrestling. So if you're one of those people like, ew, professional wrestling, you know, kiss off. It's more real than the reality TV crap that's on network TV, like The Bachelor or Survivor. All that stuff is scripted, but you call it reality TV. Let's get back to Vince. So, you know, there's enough stigma with being a professional wrestling fan that, you know, this is one of those things where it's like, really? This man who, let's face it, Vince McMahon was a hero of wrestling fans for a long time, and may still be a hero of many wrestling fans, even in this moment. He created the idea of sports entertainment in this worldwide conglomerate and brought it from what it was in territory carnival-like days to this multimedia platform, billion-dollar empire, multi-billion-dollar empire. So as a CEO, as a businessman, we think like, you know, we talk about, you know, these people in life, and he's one of them. You know, you think of like all the great CEOs in American history. He's one of them. He's also one of the greatest, in my opinion, he's the greatest villain character in the history of wrestling. You can go down the line of Ric Flair, Roddy Piper, Hollywood Hulk Hogan. You can go down all the great heels in professional wrestling history. All of them. He's the greatest. He's just the greatest heel. He did the greatest character. He got the most heat I think I've ever seen any heel ever get. He got over. He was something, as wrestling fans, we all loved. So it's really difficult. You know, it's hard to really reconcile someone who you kind of look at and go, wow. And then how could he, be accused of all this and all that? So how do I feel about that? So it's difficult. So, I'm still reconciling that. That's me personally. I'm not telling you don't have to watch wrestling. Watch wrestling. But I think, there's a lot of people out there I've seen on YouTube that are trying to reconcile their fandom with this. That's number one I wanted to address. Number two, this is a civil case. This is not a criminal case. There's a lot of people out there calling him to go to jail. Now, could he go to jail? If a police report was filed, that's my thing. I think as I look back at, I get over the initial shock after reading the affidavit, I say to myself, well, this is a civil complaint. Why hasn't a criminal complaint been filed? And the standard between criminal and civil is quite different. You go to a criminal court, you get charged with a crime, you've got to have everybody on that jury say they're guilty, or else it's not going to happen. A civil case, you just need more than 50%. You just need more than 50% of that jury to say, hey, we believe the plaintiff and here's your money. So I guess it's one of my big criticisms. So anybody out there is going, he needs to go to jail, Well, listen, nothing criminal has been filed. Could there be in the future? Sure. Will the Department of Justice or the Attorney General of Connecticut get involved? Could be. Has the FBI raided Vince's home looking for material? Yes. Do we know what that search warrant entailed? Well, definitely some electronics things, but I think that all entailed back to the whole idea with the SEC and him and Vince stealing money from the company to pay the hush money. I think that's what it all surrounded. Now, so I don't think this is going to come to a criminal case because they would have filed if they would have filed it, right? The other part is a lot of people, and including myself, and I have to kind of walk this back, saying, well, there's evidence. And in an indictment, I learned, and I was able to really kind of pay attention to a lot of lawyers over the weekend. That's not evidence. An indictment, like we read the 67 page, it's not evidence. It's provided by the plaintiff, but it hasn't been provided through discovery, which is the legal process for discovering it, which has to involve both sides. The defense has to have a chance to look at it, rebut it. They have to be able to put it within their own context. So the text messages we've seen, those are cut and paste. Could they become evidence later? Sure. Are they evidence now? No, you cannot call them evidence. It's not considered evidence. It's something by the plaintiff. So people out there that's calling it evidence, including myself, we have to walk that back and say, no, that's not evidence. It's something that's just put out there by the plaintiff to sway public opinion, to sway also the defense to say, this isn't going to trial. I know they said, hey, we want a jury trial on this. That's just a scare. There's no way this goes to trial. There's no way. TKO, Ari Emanuel, Vince, there's no way. Because if that happens, you're going to have to interview people. You're going to have to depose people. You're going to have more discovery. Who knows what's going to come out? Listen, the last thing Vince and his lawyers want, or TKO and their lawyers want, is for this to go to trial. Right now, they're kind of going to take a month or two and kind of see where this all pans out, kind of see where the evidence lead, do their own internal investigation, do their own risk assessment, and then there'll be a settlement. I guarantee you there'll be a settlement. There's no way that they're going to, because if they do, then the plaintiffs can bring in every wrestler that worked at the company from 2019 to 2022 or 2023, every executive, everybody. They can bring in everybody, anything from Vince's past. They can bring in, if they try to get his cell phone records, every text he's ever sent, every email he's ever sent. Same thing for John Laurinaitis. Same thing for, if he's named Brock Lesnar, because we're all assuming that that's the person that we're talking about here, the UFC champion. So there's no way. So everybody who's saying, oh, the trial, there's no way this makes it to trial. The woman's going to get paid out and make it go away. So that's another criticism that I've seen over the weekend, including criticism towards my video and my initial reaction. The next thing is the idea that people who would say to people like me who were shocked, and I was shocked when I read the indictment. People would comment, well, what do you mean you're shocked? Haven't you seen his character? Of course he's like this. Whoa. There's a difference between acting out a character on television as part of a script and what you do in real life. Hannibal Lecter, right? Sir Anthony Hopkins is an actor. He acted out a script as being Hannibal Lecter. So you're telling me tomorrow if he eats somebody, kills them and eats them, you're going to be like, well, couldn't you see that coming? He played that character in that movie 3 times. It's just a ridiculous argument. Let's stick it to wrestling. Triple H once did a skit where necrophilia was involved, which if you don't know what that is, that's sex with a dead body. All right. It's a sick skit. It's a sick sketch, It was really put me off at the time. This is the early 2000s. So you telling me tomorrow? I mean, probably one of the stupidest arguments I've heard in this whole thing. So for those of you out there that are trying to dismiss it as like, hey, this is his character on TV. Just because you play a character on TV doesn't mean you get to do that crap in real life. Okay, that's not how it works. So those people who are making an argument, I'll be honest with you, you're a little detached from reality. You need to kind of separate what you see on the TV with what you see with your own eyes. You need to go outside more. I think you need to go outside more. Put your phone down, turn off the TV, the PlayStation, whatever it is. Go take a walk every now and again. Interact with the real world, because that's not how you justify anything. My last criticism is this. There's a lot of people out there calling for, and I guess it's part of cancel culture. WWE needs to be gone and all that. Yeah, there needs to be some changes institutionally at WWE if all this stuff is true. Obviously, the workplace environment, obviously, you've heard all the stories. There's been a history there, a lot of non-disclosure agreements, a lot of harassment suits, a lot of payouts, all that. Right? I get that. Everything needs to be looked at and maybe tweaked or changed or cleaned up. Here's my problem with cancel culture. Canceling a person is one thing. I don't agree with it, but canceling a person is one thing. I mean, I guess it depends on the crime, right? Murder, rape, whatever. Okay, bye-bye. See you later. Canceling a person is one thing. But canceling a company where it's only one individual or a couple individuals, or maybe there needs to be an institutional change within that company to fix the problem. There's so many people employed by this company. There's so many people who work hard, do an honest day's work. I don't think it's fair to punish everybody for the actions of a few. I don't believe in that. I think WWE is going to continue to thrive. I think it's going to continue to grow. I think it's going to survive. It might be painful. There might be a few painful moments here in the near future. But again, this is not going to go to trial. This is going to get paid off. There'll be investigations. There'll be stories. There'll be this. There'll be that. There'll be drama. But in the end, WWE will survive. TKO will survive. Endeavor will survive. The deals will continue. Sports entertainment, wrestling will continue to do what it's doing. It'll continue to grow. It's at a plateau right now that, just keeps seeing, a popularity that I've not seen since the Attitude Era. So those of you out there that are saying, shut down the whole company, do me a favor, shut up. There are too many people who work hard to put food on their table and at this company. They work hard. So people who are hoping for its downfall, stop hating. Just stop hating that way. Too many people dedicate their lives, sleep in their cars, go to the gym, eat nothing because they don't have the money, learn their craft to wrestle. Never mind the technicians, the people who put up the ring, people who work in the front offices, the people who do the social media, the people, all of this, the doctors, the physicians. There's too much hard work by too many good people in this company, I believe, for it to be canceled. So this whole idea of canceling WWE, stop it. Just stop it. Because you're looking to throw out the baby with the bathwater. And that's not a productive or good thing. You just do more harm than good. And it's vindictive towards the wrong people. Anyways, that's what I got to say. Just wanted to sort of react to some of the comments. And if you want to check out some more of my videos, I'll have them right here up the thumbnail. Some top 10s and some comics, and have a good laugh. With that, I'll be back later on today, probably with another reaction video. But with that, I'm still your reluctant gringo. And from south of the border, salud and a huevo.